Hello guys and welcome back to the Empires. Today we are interviewing three emperors that each controlled a Eurasian empire. The Safavids, the Mughals, and the Ottomans. Our goal is to find out which empire is the greatest out of the three by asking each emperor a series of questions. Suleiman the Lawgiver, we'll start with you. Give us some background on your empire.
Well, the Ottoman Empire lasted from the 14th century all the way to modern day in the 20th century, longer than the Mughals or the Safavids combined. At its height, it stretched from northern Somalia to Austria, but was mostly centered around Turkey and the eastern Mediterranean. It controlled an area of over 5 million square kilometers, more than the Safavids or the Mughal
But it
Empire.
did not control more people. The Mughal Empire administered over 150 million people, way more than the little Ottoman Empire.
I'm sorry, but can you please introduce yourself?
Oh yes, sorry. I am Akbar, greatest leader of the Mughal Empire, also the greatest emperor of all time. Not to brag, but my name literally means great.
Well, let's have some background on your empire then.
Certainly. The Mughals were an empire that was located on the Indian subcontinent as well as much of modern-day Afghanistan. The empire was founded by Babur, whose family was associated with the Mongol Empire, the largest empire in history. It was a hub of cultural diversity with people as diverse as Sikhs, Muslims, and Hindus all living happily in the same empire.
Well, that religious freedom is certainly more than can be said about the Safavids.
The who?
Oh, sorry, we forgot to introduce Shah Abbas, the greatest leader of the Safavid Empire.
The Safa what?
Hey, just because the Ottomans may have more name recognition, that doesn't automatically make them a better empire. The Safavid Empire ruled mostly around the area of modern-day Iran from 1501 to 1722, but it had land in places as far as Russia and Pakistan. Our empire essentially gave the modern-day Iranians their culture by giving them the religion, which is Shia Islam, the language, which is Farsi, and their history. With military might that conquered the Sasanian Empire, we are certainly no force to be reckoned with.
Okay, great. Now here's where the questioning portion comes in. If you want to interrupt someone during their response, you may, but please have it be respectful. Suleiman, your first question. You say that the architecture that was created in the Ottoman Empire was the best in the world, but do you really believe that these structures could possibly rival the Taj Mahal built under the Mughals, or even Lahore Fort, also built by Mughal architects?
Well, there's no denying the magnificence of the Taj Mahal, but yes, I would say that Ottoman edifices indeed trump Mughal architecture. The influence of Byzantine, Persian, and Greek-style tourist structures made for very unique designs. For example, the Sokolovich Bridge focused on stunning geometric designs as well as bright, contrasting colors reflected by the river below it. And though not crafted by us, the Hagia Sophia was contained within the Ottoman Empire, and anyone who has ever seen it can tell you it was the most magnificent structure ever, with its soaring marble towers and dome design.
Very well. Now on to the Safavids. Shah Abbas, our committee looks for many aspects of an empire to make it great, and one of those aspects is religious tolerance. So, with your empire destroying your entire Sunni population and murdering many Muslims in your lands, how can we still list you as a great empire?
Well, maybe it's not by you learning your history from a less biased source. Yes, history to the like speaking of the Safavid Empire at this uniquely brutal place. However, the Mughal Empire was rife with unfair treatment to religious minorities such as Hindus and Sikhs. They placed a high tax on all non-Muslims in the empire and apparently just forgot to store food, causing the death of 2 million people in famine, many being Hindu. Also, what did the Ottomans do in retaliation to us destroying many of the people in Baghdad? They ordered the execution of all the Shia in their empire. So while we and I have the greatest record or greatest religious tolerance, the Ottomans or Mughals weren't gems either.
Great. Now, Akbar, on to you. You say that the Mughal Empire had the largest military power in the world, as an offshoot of the Mongol Empire. But the Ottomans controlled more land at its peak. How can you still consider yourself a greater military might than the Ottomans?
Well, let's start by asking a question of what land means. Some people believe land is power, that an empire that has more land is more powerful. However, this notion is inaccurate worldview. Land densely populated with people and natural resources is far greater than desert, which made up a significant portion of the Ottoman and Safavid Empire. We administered about a quarter of the world's population at its height, and our military tactics were truly stunning, such as dividing our militants into cavalry, departments, firearms, and elephants. Yes, I said elephants.
Excellent. That ends the questioning portion of our show. Now, time for a brief closing statement for each empire. Suleiman, you start.
Let's not forget that my empire lasted the longest, had the most land, and was the richest. ultimately proving my empire was superior to the others.
Akbar, your turn.
My empire had 5 times more people than the Ottoman, and the cultural and religious tolerance seen during the height of my empire was unheard in any other empire in all of human history.
And Shah Abbas?
Though we may be a forgotten empire in history, our impact on the modern nation state of Iran is truly unique, with an empire and a country. Something that can't be said about the Mughals or the Ottomans.
I guess you're forgetting about Turkey.
And India.
Alright, enough everyone. We have determined our winner. And the winner is announced after these messages.